I'm just going to say it right now. The Pittsburgh Steelers are the best team in football. They're the best team in football because, I like that. I like that.
I got to think about it. Listen, I'm not going to dismiss it. I'm going to think about it. I'm going
to tell you why I feel like they're the best. All right, other teams have some area that is better than Pittsburgh. For example, the team playing tonight, Kansas City has the best quarterback
they're complete.
in football.
The Steelers are complete.
And let's say Seattle has a better quarterback than the Steelers. But the Steelers, and I know, my man Devin Bush, that's a big injury for them.
Hate that injury.
That's a big injury.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they moved up to get him. Look, the Steelers, they're so interesting. Before I talk about the obvious of Ben Roethlisberger coming back, and we know how they struggled last year, going down to the third quarterback without Roethlisberger last year. But their defense is legitimate. And I thought I kind of looked at them sideways last year because this is one of my favorite stats in football. I brought it up before. I know I probably have brought it up 10 times, 12 times. But I love this because this kind of speaks to the culture of the Pittsburgh Steelers. When they traded their first-round pick to the Miami Dolphins last year for Minkah Fitzpatrick, it was the first time in over 50 years that the Pittsburgh Steelers did not have a first-round pick. Now,
I thought you were going to talk about the stat. How many first-rounders do they have on defense? But how many first-rounders at that point they have on defense? It was some ridiculous number, I don't know, 9, 10, somebody.
But why wouldn't they?
There were a lot of first. So that defense has been legit is what I'm saying. They were legit last year, quiet as it's kept. And Minkah Fitzpatrick, thank goodness he got out of Miami, who didn't know how to use him right. But no, but you like the totality of their team, basically.
Or trade those picks and trade out of the first round, move up.
Yeah.
They have just been steady. But the trade for Minkah Fitzpatrick, you saw yesterday with the interception return for a touchdown. So I like their defense. Their defense is incredible. I like their head coach. We talked about him before. He's a top 5 coach, but nobody ever describes him that way. They got a very good quarterback. Got a good O-line. The receivers are always good. I just look across the board. They're the best team in football, and they're undefeated.
The stat right there. That's the stat right there that tripped me out. Like, in their glorious history, this is only the second time they've been 5-0. That's kind of hard to believe. And first time since 1978, the Super Bowl 13 season, I believe, when they beat Dallas 35-31.
Nice.
But no, listen.
Look at you. Look at you. Oh, yeah. You know what? Hey, man, you're a trip. You're a trip. Because, you try to do that casually. That's like one of your things. That's like one of your quirks. I don't know if people know that. Like, Michael Smith just kind of has Super Bowl history at his fingertips.
I remember certain things. I can't remember yesterday. I can't remember people's names.
But you know Super Bowl history.
But I just random facts.
Like I say Super Bowl 20. Remember, you know who played in Super Bowl 20. You probably got the score.
Yeah, Bears, Patriots. Yeah.
See, look at that. See, okay. You're just showing off now.
But no, 40. Anyway, I see. Was it 46-10? Right. Was that the score?
It was.
Was it 46-10?
Patriots were up 3-0 in that game.
Wait, but I also remember what you said.
They had a lead.
I don't remember what I say, but I remember what you said. And just last week, I kind of feel like you used the R word as it relates to this game. Going into this game, you used the R word. I'm like, really? I'm like, just because they might, they may not like each other.
Is.
I don't know if that constitutes is it a rivalry when they still haven't won there since 2003?
It is.
I mean, okay.
I know.
Well,
it's a rivalry.
For me, the reason I bring that up.
It's a rivalry.
For me, okay, Michael. You know what?
Hey, man,
Ohioans, they call it a rivalry. It's not a rivalry when you can't hold a candle to them historically or
Yinzers call it a rivalry too. Hey, look, man.
Fine. Okay. I guess they're regional definitions of a lot.
Bruins, Canadians will always be a rivalry. Yankees, Red Sox will always be a rivalry, whether one team is good or not. It just is. It is.
Yeah.
That's all.
At least there has to be some level of equality when it comes. You got to win. You can't go 20 years almost without winning in other people's stadium to be a rivalry. But for me, the reason I bring that up is for me, yesterday said more about the Browns than it did about the Steelers. I already knew that the Steelers were legit. I knew they were. I kind of fell for being a believer in the Browns when the times that they played anybody worth a damn this year, Baltimore and Pittsburgh, they've lost 38-7. So you know what, Michael? I'm making an executive decision. It's going to take it's going to take a significant news story for me to talk about the Browns on this show moving forward. And if and when we do, it is not going to be within the context, are the Browns for real? I know Baker's ribs were beat up. I know he was injured, blah, blah, blah. There's always some reason why they don't show up when they have to show up. There's always some reason. You know, we spent the last few weeks like, oh, look at the Browns. First time with a 4-game winning streak since 1994 and invoking the name of Bill Belichick and all this kind of stuff. They ain't ready for prime time. You want to talk about not being on Monday Night Football? They ain't ready for prime time. The Browns ain't ready, and they showed it again yesterday, okay? And they showed it in week one when we coming into the season, they were high hopes for the Browns, only for them to have the Ravens, you know, beat the brakes off them. Here's another repeat of that. Until further notice, I don't want to talk about the Browns as contenders or as a playoff team or any of that kind of stuff. I don't hear it. I don't hear it. They're not for real. They're not for real. No, I'm not overreacting. We overreacted going into the game. All this build-up, they had our mouths all water for some orange juice, and they left us with a swallow of orange juice. You know, we wanted some hash and orange juice, and here come the Browns losing 30. It was 24-0? It was never competitive. It was one of the marquee matchups of Week 6 to never be competitive. I don't want to talk about the Browns anymore.
Hey, I'm sure the coach that we will talk to soon will tell you, hey, a couple plays here or there could be a different game. You know, things kind of went left, and then it turned into a
stayed there.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.